adorable.
Go on.
Still to come, nobody has all the answers when it comes to life after divorce, Scott.
Nope.
But we're chatting with an author who wrote a children's book that actually helps explain big people stuff, big feelings like we're talking about, to little minds.
Absolutely. And if you're looking for a little family outing, we're going to be telling you where you can make your own syrup right here in our state.
But first, let's get a check on today's news and early warning weather from Studio A.
Yay! All right, welcome back. When parents get divorced, one of the biggest jobs is to make sure the kids are okay.
Now, to help, a children's book called Frida the Frog Gets a Divorce is helping make the subject a lot more approachable for families of all species.
Yeah, we're joined by the author of the book, Nadine Haruni. Did I get that right, Nadine?
You did. Thank you. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, it's our pleasure. What first inspired you to write a series of books for children?
Well, I actually was inspired by my mom, who's the original Frida. When she got divorced, that kind of inspired me to start writing the first book here, Frida the Frog Gets a Divorce. I actually never did anything with it until many years later when I went through my own divorce, and I didn't find any books that really resonated with me and my kids. So I was able to find a publisher and get the book started. And then each of the 5 books in the series were sort of written as me and my kids went through various scenarios that ensued thereafter. Just talking about different either situations kids may face or different types of families.
Yeah, talk to us a little about this. So Frida has tadpoles, and the tadpoles deal with some challenges. So it seems like we just did the segment on how puppets can help us talk about difficult feelings. It seems like the same idea. The reason you chose frogs and really approachable animals is because it kind of helps them talk without feeling afraid?
Exactly. The books are meant to be sort of conversation starters for parents or teachers or friends to get the kids started in a non-sort of threatening way by having these colorful animated characters that bring the story to life but have a hidden message in there, just reminding kids that everything will be okay. And in this first book, Frida the Frog Gets Divorced, it's encouraging kids to talk about their feelings and recognizing that mommy and daddy or the 2 moms or 2 dads, whatever the configuration may be, that they both love them. It's just that they're living on different lily pads maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
Different lily pads, okay.
Lily pads. Did you see that? We saw the animation that was up on the screen.
So cute.
And the frogs are literally separating on their lily pads, which is just adorable and sad at the same time. This is, it's a sad time, but yet this book kind of helps kids to maintain a little bit of happiness and hope.
Right. That's the message in all of the books. It's trying to remind kids that communication is key, and that even something that is a sad situation, it's not, once they get used to it and they accept the change, it's not necessarily all doom and gloom. Also, it's reminding kids, their friends, maybe and peers, about the fact that they may have a friend who's going through divorce. So it's sort of encouraging even their friends and peers to be more empathetic and aware to what their friends may be going through.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and the statistics show some 60% of couples get divorced. So this is a huge issue. Did you find, was this book difficult to write? And did you find that it's just there wasn't anything like it out there?
I did, yeah. There are other books on divorce for kids and stuff. There were just none that really resonated with me and that I felt would not. Some of the books I found to be a little, quite honestly, scary or too technical for kids. So I tried to keep it pretty simple, especially because it's generally younger kids that are reading it. That said, I've had some older kids find, because the messages were more complicated in some aspects, I've had some older kids that the books resonated with because the message is really a clear message for all ages.
I think, one of the main messages is to get across that it's not the children's fault. Do you address that? I'm sure you do address that in the books.
I do, yes. It's just, yes, it is reminding the kids that it is not their fault. And obviously every family situation is different and reasons for divorce are different, but it's reinforcing to the kids that their parents love them and that they didn't bring this on and had nothing to do with them, and just reminding them to feel free to open up and not keep the bad feelings inside.
Right.
I mean, I love the artistry. I love the little frog. It's so cute. But you said there's a series of books. So what are the other topics you address?
I'm so glad you asked that. The second book is Frida the Frog and Her New Blue Family. It's talking about blended families of all types. I got remarried not too long after I divorced, and we became a blended family. So it's addressing mixed families, blended families, any kind of diversity, mixed race, religion, ethnicity. And then we went through other situations. Frida the Frog is on the Move is talking about moving. Well, in this case, the tadpoles moved to a new school, so they changed lily pads. They had a bigger house. They had a new school, so it's helping kids adjust to any kind of major life change. And then in the next book, Frida the Frog says farewell to her fish. They get a pet fish, Goldie, and unfortunately, Goldie passes away.
Oh.
So it's helping kids deal with love and loss, whether it's a pet or any other loved one, which obviously is a tough topic for kids to deal with.
Yeah, that's great.
And lastly, Frida the Frog and the Two Mamas Next Door. It's written for the LGBTQ plus community, but also just the theme is really general. It's talking about love is love and that parenting comes in all different forms, whether it's a single parent, whether it's a mom and a dad, two moms, two dads, and so on. It's just trying to remind kids to be accepting of the fact that not every family might look like theirs.
I love it.
Yeah, Nadine, my parents got divorced when I was 21. I'm still in therapy. I wish I had your books when I was younger.
It's not too late. Start reading it tonight.
All right, Frida, I'm going to read it. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you.
Welcome. Thank you for having me on. Bye-bye.
Bye. And to learn more, you can visit fridathefrog.com about all those books there, or check out her Facebook page. Just search Frida the Frog. I love
So
that.
adorable, right?
Yeah.
Melissa, take it away.